folks, so lots been going on in Jamaica where young ladies and their safety are concerned. Well, not only young ladies, but this morning in particular we're speaking about young ladies. For those who don't know martial arts, non-lethal weapons can be a way to protect yourselves. However, weapons such as stun guns and pepper sprays are actually illegal in Jamaica. Gender advocate and our good friend Nadine Spence is against the argument, and she's here to talk us through her stance. Not certain what argument she's against, but let's find out. Morning,
I guess it's
and welcome.
Thank you.
Before you start, because we had wanted to speak with Mark Shields, who had said that, and I think it's a different discussion he was saying. He was saying if it gets into the wrong hands, which is what I read from the article, then it could be dangerous. I'm not certain that's what you're saying. What are you saying?
I think it's the illegality of some of it because, pepper spray is illegal. And for a lot of women, that's how they choose to protect themselves. Women find it easy to carry a pepper spray in your bag, and if you're attacked, then you grab a pepper spray and protect yourself. But they are illegal, and the last conversation that we were having in the media was more and more people are accessing pepper spray, but the police were saying it's illegal and you can be prosecuted if you have it. But then the question was, so how do women protect themselves when we are seeing that so many women are being attacked? Just the other day we had the advisory about taking taxis. And so it's becoming, and we see a lot of girls as well being attacked and so on. And the story at the time had said a lot of young women at UWI are choosing, at the universities, are choosing to walk with a pepper spray and feel that the illegality of it puts them at risk. So I guess that's the conversation. Should it be legal?
I was reading in this article that they're selling them openly in halfway tree. Vendors are the stun guns.
Right.
One vendor said she spoke to the police, and the police said as long as you use it for what it's supposed to use for, it's not a problem. But of course, the folks in the force are saying that's not really the case. But what does it speak to you? What does it say to you, Nat, on a broader issue, broader scale? Women have always been at risk, but what seems to be happening now that makes it so much worse?
I kind of get this general feeling of insecurity. I don't know if it is that we feel insecure and we're projecting that, or if it is that because we have so much more avenues now to hear about what is happening in every nook and cranny of Jamaica, we are now seeing the full extent of it. But nowadays you get the sense that people feel more insecure. People feel as if they're more likely to be attacked. People feel as if they need to rely on themselves more to protect themselves. There are so many women who speak about going, being attacked and going to the police station or reporting it to an office, and they trivialize it. Because in Jamaica, if it's not serious robbery, if it's not that you have been raped and beaten up by a stranger, if it's not that you've been shot, or if no murder is involved, then nobody takes it seriously. And people feel as if they're being victimized in the same place by the same people over and over again. When that happens, you're going to find people feeling the need to protect themselves. I think that's a natural human reaction to feelings of insecurity. So I think overwhelmingly there's just this feeling that I have to look after myself. Either I learn to shut my car, if I'm a driver, I have to shut my car window and make sure that my doors are locked.
Because people are, apparently there's this new trend now of people just
walking to your car. So I myself, I do not drive with my car windows down. As long as I get someplace where I'm going to stop, I wind up and I lock up. And I'm very, very careful about what I carry in my car. I've been told, don't take your electronics in your car, for example, because people can break in or people will take them from you. Don't walk with your phone a particular way. So people, I think, are recognizing that I need to rely on myself for my own security, because the national
so the system is a systemic and systematic
failure, right?
Of the folks who are to protect.
Go back to the pepper spray, the stun gun.
Right.
A couple of arguments. I think you're saying that maybe it shouldn't be illegal. Because I'm not certain you're saying even though it's illegal, carry it still.
No, I think it shouldn't be illegal.
But the fact that it's illegal, what should happen?
I think one of the things we need to start doing, and those of us who have access to the parliament should start making representation for it to become decriminalized. Because right now a policeman could decide to arrest you if you have it.
Do we run the risk, and I've said this about guns, that we are an aggressive people, we are an aggressive society. Right. Do we run the risk of a man just pass here and say, well, girl, you just pepper spray him and all of a sudden it get out of hand and everybody have it and, you know.
I think we run that risk because I don't think enough of us are paying attention to how the other person's feel. Am I invading your personal space? So I think we have to start being careful about how we approach people, because if people feel insecure and you start walking up to me, I saw a post yesterday of a woman saying she heard a man walking behind her, she got anxious and she started to run and he ran her down and started laughing. Clearly he was enjoying her feeling of insecurity. But you don't do that to people. You don't do that to people. He was making fun, but she felt as if, you know, why is a man walking behind me and why are his steps accelerating when I'm trying to get away from him?
But in that case, if you thump him, lick him, something, you'll be justified.
You'll be justified because you feel. So I think that's you see it when people are walking, or you hear about people saying they're walking around a particular stretch, and they felt so afraid when they were walking.
Bikes.
Men driving up. That's a terror for me personally. When I see a bike driving up close to my car, I'm wondering what is going to happen. Is somebody going to draw out a gun? So I think what we have to contend with, as well as we talk about the pepper spray, is what is happening in people's minds and why people feel so insecure, and what do we do to get people to feel more empowered. And that's what people are doing. People are choosing to find ways to empower themselves. And
it's illegal.
I know it's illegal, but that's the point, you know.
I thought you were going to say the illegal, if we free it up, then it makes it more easily accessible for the criminals, which also creates a problem.
That too.
But in the absence of that sense of security.
Right, and you have, I mean, I think for me, laws are there to serve a purpose. And if the illegality of it doesn't serve my human need to protect myself, people are going to break the law. So for me, it's how do we need to do things. We either think about the policy implications, how do we get to the point where we create a society where people feel safe, or how do we help people to empower themselves to feel safer?
It's key what Sim just said, though, you know. Are you comfortable with everybody walk up and down with stun gun and pepper spray? Are you comfortable with that?
No, I'm not. I don't want to. I wouldn't want to.
But as I said,
I haven't felt the need to go to get my gun. I don't like guns. I don't want a gun around me.
And you are reflective of many women, because the data is there to show that the applications for women has gone up like 500%.
But I don't necessarily want to see a gun around me. But at this point, I'm thinking to myself, if I continue to demonstrate that fear of having a gun, am I putting myself at risk? If I'm driving on the road, I'm driving myself, or I'm home, how do I protect myself? I'm not going to draw out my black belt. You know, I don't reach there so yet, but how do I protect myself?
Yeah.
Is it that we are not being heard? And is this you're a gender advocate, is this like more of a female issue than a male issue, you think? The weaker sex?
I think part of it has always been that women are preyed upon, and that women feel as if the way the security arrangements are, it's really tended towards a particular set of crime. So if it is, for example, that I go to the police and I said, you know, somebody grabbed my bag, I'm walking down the street, or somebody grabbed my hand and the police said, that's trivial. You know, we have more important things, you know, so 5 men just get shut up somewhere, or, you know, then that part of my security is not being taken care of by the state. And we have to remember that the reason why we trust the police is that we feel as if there is an issue related to security that they will take care of.
Protect and serve.
Exactly. If they're not doing that, then who am I being a little bit too trusting by saying that I live in a society with policemen and women who will protect me when they're not doing that? I think that's what is happening. I'm on campus, and so many students sometimes will tell they got robbed. Somebody just I heard of a case where somebody just walked up to a student and said, give me your phone, or give me whatever money you have. And she gave him the money. And she went and she reported it, but nothing was done. You know, but what does she do the next time she walks on campus?
At the stoplight do?
And what do they? She has to think of a way. That feeling of insecurity that is brought about by somebody who just walks up to you and says, give me your money. He might not even have a gun, but the threat he poses to you makes you want to protect yourself the next time. Do I stay inside and not go out?
All right, the next question about this is, to get a gun is a long drawn out of here. I'm told, I don't have one, but I'm told that. What do? You want Parliament get involved? we have to go through all of this just to get a stun gun or a pepper spray.
You know, I don't know if you know that a couple of years ago, Yannick Page had done some research into developing a product with Jamaican pepper spray, made of Jamaican pepper. And because of this rising insecurity among women, that would make it legal for women, that she thought the product would lead to the legalization of it, and she gave up because I don't remember what specific. We even spoke about it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but again, do you have to go through this?
I suggest we look into that. I think us as women advocates need to talk to the Parliament about decriminalizing pepper spray. I think women need to learn self-defense, and I think women need to get their gun and their gun license and get trained as to how to not be so afraid, because we can't always be locked up in our houses or in our cars or somewhere. It's impacting the quality of our lives.
Right.
This discussion is disturbing, eh?
Yes, it is.
That we need to be having this discussion is very disturbing.
And I think that the important thing is you don't want the wrong people having stuff.
You don't, exactly.
Yesterday, there's this bus that had Glengoff written on it, and I'm right there, and I'm driving, and the guy just go like that. So I decided I wasn't going to stop. And when I come up beside my roll on my window, and I look at him, and David Bill, walk on. It's like a joke that him going to mash up my car, and I mustn't do anything about it. That's my only concern. I think you should be allowed to defend yourself and protect yourself.
Yes.
I'm all for that. But
somebody bad driving on the road is one thing.
Yeah,
somebody
I don't want
coming out
to
try and rob you or stick you up is
I gave that because had I been a little miserable man, I probably would have did want to do something.
Road rage.
You know?
Well, you know, one time I jumped out of my car, sure I was going to fight one of the young men at the bus thing, because he pulled up my car. And then just flap it back down on my windscreen. And I said, what if you break? And so I got angry, and then I said, oh, you probably need to go back inside. But you want to defend yourself. You instinctively want to defend yourself. And there are some people who have no care about how they're making you feel or take great pleasure in seeing you become fearful.
But there are also some people who couldn't control themselves like you did.
Yeah, this is true.
You know what I mean?
But Nev, you have the issue with the pepper spray. We have to go.
Yeah.
We have a gun law. We have gun laws, but the guns are still in the wrong hands. So, Lord have mercy.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Be safe. Gender advocate Nadine Spence.
Thank you, Lovey.